always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Buccaneers and the Lions, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the build-up is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17.
The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from Ford Field. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, second in the league in passing a season ago.
When we sat down with him earlier in the week, Mike, as you would imagine, he wasn't exactly thrilled when we brought up the fact that he had 4 interceptions in last week's game. You could tell it was still on the top of his mind. He was still working to put it behind him. I think my biggest takeaway was just how excited he was to get back on the field and have a fresh start. And I think we want to see him get off to a fast start here early, get some easy completions, put last week behind him. If he can move forward and he can play to the level he's capable of, I think they're going to have a lot more success here in this one today.
Third down. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. A pickup there of 13. First down, Detroit.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On the jet sweep, the give to St. Brown. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Offense.
Taylor Decker, the former Buckeye, guilty on that one. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. The motion man is Raymond. On second down, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Goff to throw. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. Here's the Lions punt team now. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Buccaneers led out by their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He was in Cleveland and Carolina, and then with the Rams. But now year 2, and it feels like he's found a home. Greg here with the Buccaneers.
There's been a lot of talk coming into this week, Mike, about whether or not he'd be able to keep this hot streak going. And while I don't know if he'll be able to produce that absurd stat line like he did a week ago, I think he's more than capable of having another strong outing here in this one. I mean, somehow, if he can replicate last week's success, I think it's pretty safe to say he's got a chance to leave here with another win.
Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. To the left side, to Godwin. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Good defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Moving this to the 36-yard line will give them enough. Chains will move. It's a first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. That one caught over the middle by the rookie. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
On play action, Mayfield. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He'll start at the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. He'll push forward for about a yard. Aiden Hutchinson, the former first-rounder, in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He'll check this down to the running back. It's a pickup of 12. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. We have a tight end motioning left here. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A couple of 1st downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Boy, easy call for an official. Once the receiver steps out of bounds, he can't be the first guy to touch it. So that brings out the flag. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otton. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They send Godwin in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Here comes Otton in motion. 2nd down throw from Mayfield. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. They go play action with Mayfield. And he'll take it on in. Mike Evans. Touchdown Buccaneers. Greg, offensive coordinator's script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, they continue to build on this lead here early. This is going to be a long day for this defense.
Makes the score Buccaneers 14, Lions nothing.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 1st down, it's Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. On target to Laporta. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
From the gun, it's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now, as he's on to punt for Detroit. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. On 1st down is Mayfield. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Quick throw, taken in. It's been a busy 1st quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
To say this group has started strong here in the 1st quarter, Mike, might be a bit of an understatement. I mean, offensively, firing on all cylinders. Defensively, suffocating the opponent. The ability to complement each other on both sides of the ball and play at such a high level, they could have a little bit more breathing room here by the end of this drive.
Here comes Otten in motion. Baker to throw. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Godwin. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the 1st down on a gain of 7. Mayfield. Throw left side. Pulled in by Evans.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing is Baker. Godwin working the right side. He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On play action, Mayfield. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. So the two sides going to make that long walk to the other end of the field. The Bucks have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Goff. Quick slant caught by St. Brown. Still on his feet. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Here comes the jet sweep. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. 2nd and 7. Now, Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
At the 27-yard line.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Williams in motion. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Feels like they needed that sack. This entire drive, it feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They'll go play action with Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. 3rd and 6. To throw is Goff. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. He's got his big tight end. Rock right. Touchdown, Detroit. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Baker Mayfield and the Bucks ready to get back to work. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
To the left side, to Godwin. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. They send Godwin in motion. Second down throw for Mayfield. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit offense heading out for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those high-popping numbers. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 9. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A 2nd down throw for Goff. Open man downfield. It's Laporta. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
Next first down pickup there by Sam Laporta, the second-year tight end out of Iowa. And you talk about having a breakout rookie campaign, Mike. I mean, to make the Pro Bowl as a rookie at the tight end position is no easy feat. He kind of burst onto the scene as the Lions found themselves in the NFC Championship. I had a chance this summer to spend some time with him at our TEU, kind of our tight end-only camp that I run with Kelsey and Kittle in Nashville. And seeing him work up close and personal, you can see why, even though he's a young player, he's had the level of success that he's had only 2 years now into his career.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Bucs offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They send Evans in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They bring their tight end right. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete. On 2nd down, Baker. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He's going to look for the home run ball. Carlton Davis there defensively to break that one up.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get about 4 to the 29. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 2nd down, Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. From the gun, it's Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up 1st down.
1st and 10. Goff to throw. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
That's good for the Lions. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
At the Bucs 40-yard line.
Here's Goff. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. He'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down.
That's another Lions.
To throw is Goff. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
Reach the 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. Now he'll air one out. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down. Goff to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. A gain there of 15. Good for a Lions 1st down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll motion a tight end right. They'll go play action with Goff. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive following that sack.
Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. On 4th down, that brings Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Lions are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. He's got room past the 35. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. 3rd down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the 1st down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that 1st down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Bucs are out to a 21-10 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. He'll throw it left and has his running back. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick 1st down.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. A 2nd down throw for Goff. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing here is Goff. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll start in the NFC with an intriguing one at AT&T Stadium. New Orleans paying a visit to Dallas, and that one tied 14 apiece in the 2nd quarter. From Chicago, we head north to the home of their rivals as we check on the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Christian Watson, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Justin Herbert with a touchdown pass. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Pretty interesting 1st half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
From the gun, it's Goff. This throw taken in by Amon-Ra.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Baker to throw. It's complete to Evans. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Second down throw for Mayfield. There's that man again. Another catch. Here's 3rd and 2. The tight end going in motion to the left. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Oh, the blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
On 2nd down, Baker. Quick throw here is complete. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Baker. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. Lions offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. A short game there to about the 22. 2nd down and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He'll get this one out to his fullback. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Goff to throw. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, here's Gibbs. Powerful running there. Stiff-arming his way for a gain of 6. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4.
Now, Goff. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one, and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Bucs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
Quick throw, taken in, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
A run now on 2nd down. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. It was Derek Barnes with the stop. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. He'll try to get this one on the ground. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set for this next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. Off the play fake, here's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a 1st down. They hand it to Gibbs. Not much develops there. Get this to about the 43.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, Goff. On target to Laporta. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The next drive about to start. We'll remind you what's coming up here in Week 2. A couple of good ones to look forward to. 2 good young quarterbacks going at it later tonight in Houston. The Bears and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, as the new-look Falcons head to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Kickoff there, 8:15 Eastern Time. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackle for the loss of a yard. From the gun, it's Mayfield. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down. That's 17 yards, and that's a 1st down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. They send a receiver in motion left. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. There's Evans. He's got it. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. To throw is Mayfield. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up fourth down. So Chase McLaughlin will come in, and they'll try a field goal. This a 42-yard attempt. McLaughlin's kick is good. And the Buccaneers are going to open up a 2-touchdown lead, 24-10.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 27-yard line.
Here's Goff. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down. Here's Gibbs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's going to have the Lions first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And a good run there to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Goff. Now he takes off. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. Now a stoppage. We have an injured Lion. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to keep it himself.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
He'll try to run for it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. This one caught by Patrick. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This one from 41 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Open man downfield, that's Godwin. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. That's a dozen. Catch number 12 and a first down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Mayfield. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant.
Complete to number 44.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. 3rd and a yard. They put a receiver in motion to the left. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Now Mayfield. It is brought in the end zone. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. McLaughlin now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Buccaneers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Goff to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing here is Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. 1st and 10. Goff to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. On 2nd down, Goff. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. On 1st down, it's Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. On play action, Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Goff. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll stick with him again. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now a handoff, running right. And he is planted. Backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. So a win here for the visiting Bucs. They get the victory here, away from home, to run their early season record to 2-0. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.